Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is August 10th, 2023. Let me just fix the title real quick. So, this story that broke earlier today about the young rapper Lil Tay, passed away at the age of 14. Some sources are saying that she supposedly committed suicide, but her father, who was also her ex-manager, he is saying that he's not confirming that she passed away. But there are multiple sources claiming that she has passed away at the age of 14. And it looks like the Instagram post was released about 13 hours ago. Not sure who's running her Instagram page, but this post says here, it is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. During this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for privacy as we grieve this overwhelming loss, as the circumstances surrounding Claire's and her brother's passing are still under investigation. Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her. Okay, so I'm not sure who wrote this, but this was on her official Instagram page 13 hours ago. It has over 1 million views, 1 million likes. And what's interesting about this, notice how many followers she has right now. 3.4. And I guess that was the 17th post, right? We know kill equals 17. And we know what 34 represents, right? It represents murder and it represents suicide. And notice the gematria of suicide. It has a matching gematria with the word kill shot. If you guys are familiar with the Eminem diss song Kill Shot, he was dissing the rapper. I don't know if he's a rapper, but Machine Gun Kelly, I guess he is a rapper. This song was a diss track directed at Machine Gun Kelly, and in this record, he mentioned Lil Tay in one of the verses. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Got more fans than you in your own city. Little kitty, go play. Feel like I'm babysitting Lil Tay. So he mentions her in this song. The name of the song has matching gematria with suicide. And that's what they're claiming her cause of death is. Kill shot, huh? I was looking at other people's work on this, but the thing is that they haven't confirmed that she's dead, right? So this is why they want to do a full decode. But earlier today, I did posted or something when I first heard about it. I posted something on my Instagram page, Simple Truth Television. And the things that stood out to me right away was her age of death, right? She died at the age of 14. We know the word dead and end are both 14. And also, she looks like she did die on August 9th with her brother. Looks like she died 72 days after her birthday, the Jesuit order number, on the day leaving 144 days left in the year. Or you can say that she died in her 73rd day of her age. And sacrifice and ritual sacrifice are both 73. As if she really died. But for some reason, her father is not confirming that, which is strange. So let me just show you guys her date of birth. Says here that she was born May 29th, 2009. So she was born in the year 09. Now she's dead on the 9th. And she supposedly blew up at the age of 9. And we know the number 9 represents completion, right? All right, so look, it's a real easy stuff. So you measure from her last birthday, her 14th birthday. And if you notice, yesterday, it was 144 days left in the year. The day that she was supposed to be passed away. And then she ended up dying 72 days after her birthday. Jesuit order is 144 and 72. The Jesuit order are the ones behind all this. And if you include the date that she died, August 9th, she died on her 73rd day of her age. The phrase is ritual sacrifice equals 73, and sacrifice on by itself equals 73 as well. Also, before this post went up of her, whoever controlling her Instagram page posted that about her death, about confirming her passing. Her last post prior to that one was her on a FaceTime call with the late rapper XXX Tentacion, who also died in a big Jesuit ritual, big Jesus Christ ritual. We'll talk about it a little bit because I didn't when XXX Tentacion passed away, I didn't do a full decode on it. I wasn't doing the work at that time. I think he died in 2018. I started doing the work at the end of the year. He died in June 2018. But I was still aware of his death. It was a big Jesus ritual. If you guys notice in Gematria, the name, his stage name, if I gotta spell it right though, Tentacion. There it is. It has the 56 like Society of Jesus, and also has the 151 like Jesus Christ. Also has the 61 like Jesus, right? But the 151 stands out because he died 146 days after his birthday. And the name Jesus Christ equals 146 and 151. So the guy with the 151 name dies 146 days after his birthday in a big Society of Jesus ritual. And what's in common, what XX Tentacion and Lil Tay have in common is the number 56, a number that connects to the Jesuit order. Notice that her birth name is Claire Hope, a name that equals 56. You guys notice the 52? She died 52 days after XX Tentacion's death anniversary. But the name Claire Hope equals 56, like Society of Jesus. And you guys just saw the name, the stage name of the rapper XX Tentacion. His name is also 56, right? And again, Society of Jesus is 56. The people responsible for the creation of these rappers and their demise. But you know what I would the reason I didn't want to make a video is because I would hate for like an article to break tomorrow and say, oh no, it was all a hoax, she's not dead, blah blah blah, because then it makes the true community looks kind of stupid, because there's a lot of people who are asleep and don't know what's going on, because even if she's still alive, the fact that they announced her death on the day that they did, it's a ritual, whether she's dead or alive. Why her father's not confirming it, I don't know that answer. But there's a reason, and we'll find out later on. So she posted this conversation with XX Tentacion on May 19th, 2018, right? Planning a charity event for this weekend in Florida. Oh, wait, that was XX Tentacion. Manipulate and transmute the energy your way by doing some sort of small charity. That will make the conversation far more beneficial. If you'd like to speak, let me know. I have ideas. Okay, let me see what she wrote. X, you truly changed me. You were there for me when everyone wanted me to fail. Think about it. This was 5 years ago. She was 9 years old writing like this. Obviously, she wasn't the one doing this. A 9-year-old writing this perfectly? No way. I mean, there's no mistakes here. This is perfect English. Not a lot of 9-year-olds can write like this. X, you truly changed me. You were there for me when everyone wanted me to fail. You were there to give me advice. You were there as a father figure when I don't have one. What? So you don't have a father? The father, your father, whatever. You were here, FaceTiming me and calling me for hours when I'm down. 3 hours ago, you announced the charity event we were going to throw. We had everything set up. I can't believe this. The evil in the world. This isn't goodbye. I love you, bro. Okay, so it looks like on May 19th, they had a conversation saying that they were gonna schedule a charity event. Okay, so let's measure from that date, May 19th. I guess he died 10 days after that conversation. Well, I guess you can say she died 83 days after the anniversary of that conversation, which is interesting. And that conversation happened on the 62-day numerology, the sacrifice number. On the 139th day of the year, the 34th prime. I don't know. maybe there's nothing to that, but that definitely stands out to me. That they had this conversation on the 139th day of the year, 34th prom. This is a girl that supposedly died from suicide, and supposedly has 3.4 million followers right now. All right, so let's see, 17 posts. Let's see what can we find here. I'm doing all this on live because again I didn't do a proper decode because once I heard that her father wasn't confirming, I said I'm gonna wait for all this story to develop because these people like to throw a lot of curveballs and make the truth community look retarded because then people will say, oh, Gematra's stupid because you guys said that she died because 73 and look, she's not dead, blah blah blah. You know how these stupid people are who have no brains. Don't know anything about anything. I see she has a photograph with Chief Keef. I don't understand how anybody can take a 9-year-old serious, right? I don't care how much shit she talks. Like, she's a 9-year-old. It just shows you where the direction that the world is headed to, right? When a 9-year-old can influence people. And not just any 9-year-old. This is a 9-year-old talking about negativity, right? Starting fights, starting problems, talking a lot of shit. And I guess a 9-year-old could motivate people if she's saying the right things, but this 9-year-old is just talking out of bullshit, like all the other rappers, flexing, like, oh, I'm rich, I'm blah blah blah, I'll beat you up, you ain't shit, blah blah blah. Like that was her. That was her character. Let me see if they released a cause of death, an official cause of death. I heard somebody say suicide, and I haven't heard the official reporting on that yet, though. Okay, so Lil Tay cause of death. How did the Canadian rapper, who does that remind you of? This guy. It's October 24th. So 76 days before Drake's birthday. But going back to the age of death, right? And equals 14. The word dead equals 14. And you can say killing equals 43 to 14th prime. Masonic equals 43, the 14th prime. And also Jesus Christ. Going back to what I was saying about XX Tentacion, right? He died 146 days after his birthday. His name equals 151. This little girl who's associated with X, she died at the age of 14, and Jesus Christ equals 43 to 14th prime. But let's see what's going on with Drake. So Drake born on 10/4/20, 76 days before his birthday. Canada equals 15. You can say she died on her 15th year of life as well. It goes to 52 again. Okay, so let me just read what the official reporting is saying. Lil Tay, cause of death. How did the Canadian rapper and influencer pass away? Tragedy strikes as rapper and viral sensation Lil Tay passed away at the age of 14. How did she die? That is the question. How did she die? Was she murdered by the Jesuit order? They will never ask that. That's never a possibility. And her name reminds me of the other rapper, Lil TJ, who just put out an album called 222. And we know what that number represents. A lot of chaos. I don't remember seeing a 222 or anybody's name here, though. Claire Hope. Open up one of these other ciphers. Let's see the Jewish cipher. 241. Her name equals 79, 83, and 38 like murder. I think I covered that in my other Instagram post. Let me see. Lil TJ. When is Lil TJ's birthday? Lil TJ. His album just came out. Let me see. Date of birth. 4/30. She died 101 days after Little TJ, or on his 102nd day of his age. Okay, so back to the article. Okay. So Gen Z viral sensation and rapper Clay Hope, aka Lil Tay, unfortunately passed away at the age of 14. Her family confirmed online on Wednesday. Wednesday equals 44 like hell. Her family reported she passed away through a heartfelt message. This is what the family wrote. I already read that earlier. Let me see. Move down to the bottom. Lil TJ dead at 14. Cause of death. No cause of death. The part about Lil TJ's brother also passing away at the age of 21. What's 21 plus 14? 35 like rap. May lead to speculation about Lil Tay's passing. Currently, there are no more details other than this message from Lil Tay's family about her death. There is currently a legal investigation about Lil Tay and her brother's unexpected passing. The influencer was linked to several of the most hardcore rappers in the country. She has videos of her interacting with controversial figures such as the rapper Tekashi 69, who has a criminal record. Lil Tay also has images of her consuming drugs and smoking them. Wow, what a influencer she is. She was only 14 years of age and could still be considered a child. Yeah, so her parents should be arrested for that, right? Wow. You know what's sick about all this, right? We know who's controlling this rapper, right? The Jesuit order. So, I have never seen those photographs of her smoking. I'm going to look it up right now. But isn't that sick how, they have these children do all this stuff. And it's obviously it's out of their will. There's no way a 9-year-old just says, you know what, I want to smoke and drink. I doubt it. 9 years old. Oh my goodness, she is smoking. Well, apparently, allegedly, it's only a photograph, right? Don't always believe whatever you see, everything you see, Just because she's going like this, doing the 666 symbol, does not mean she's actually smoking. This is another thing that the Jesuit order likes to do. They like to, they like to play make believe a lot. Because this photograph, it looks like she's smoking, right? But is she really smoking? I don't see any smoke coming out of her lungs or any out of her mouth. So just always be, aware that not everything you see it's to be taken at face value. Her doing the 666 fingers holding whatever this is not proof of her smoking. But it's just messed up that they put these images out there for other children to see. I think that's what's messed up about all this stuff. Because if she was doing all these, if she was doing drugs and alcohol, then this person right here, who looks like to be her mother, should be, either she should have an open ACS case, or she should be placed under arrest. I've seen people go to jail for even smaller things than that. You got your child smoking, doing drugs and liquor at 9. You're not a good parent. You should not be in an interview. You should be in a courtroom. Unbelievable. Unbelievable with how America just they don't ask these questions. Like, why is this parent being interviewed when her child is supposedly on video and has photographs consuming drugs and alcohol? Wow. I'm telling you, man. It's crazy. And people don't want to play the race card, but let's just assume that her mother was black. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's sad to say, but that's the reality. If her mother was black, it'll be a lot different. Just want to measure from the Pope's birthday. Society of Jesus. 130, the human sacrifice number. Makes sense. The Pope born on a day leaving 14 days left in the year. Oh, so they're saying that her cause of death may be related to drugs. This is the 666 symbol right here, you guys, okay? And this is real easy to do. For you, those of you that think that everything that you see is real. You take a pair of glasses, right? And you pose. And you do it and you grab a lighter. And you switch the lighter on, right? And you just pose for like 1 second, looking down. And it looks like you're smoking. But does that really mean you're smoking? It doesn't necessarily mean that. It's a photograph. It's acting as well. And it's also symbolism. But if you're not taking care of your children, if you're not noticing if you're not paying attention to what your kids are seeing online, your kid might see this and be influenced by it because your kids are not as savvy as us adults or some adults, and say, you know what, I like Tay. I like her attitude. I want to do what she's doing, and they might end up grabbing an actual blunt and smoking it because she thinks that's what Lil Tay is doing in these photographs. Because your 9-year-old is probably getting fooled because you're not paying attention to what she's doing on TikTok. People like this, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. People like this who sell their soul, and not only her, but her parents, everybody associated with this personality, whether they did it for money or for fame, whatever reason they did it for, they did nothing but put evil on the earth with their content. That's the only thing they did. I'm almost 100% sure that there are children in this world that were fans of this little girl and ended up imitating her. I'm almost 100% sure of that, and that's very sad because she didn't put any positivity in the world. Everything she did was just disgusting, right? And probably not, again, it probably wasn't even out of her own will. She was told to do all this stuff. But that's the price you pay when you sign your life away. And in the judgment order, they know that. And this is why, they do all these ritual killings. Because they know that you're a piece of shit. You don't deserve to be here. So we'll see how this all develops. Again, this story is not official because her father is for some reason withholding some information. But let's see what happens, and then we'll definitely continue to cover this. But again, whether she's dead or alive, what we do know is that there's some higher powers behind the creation of Lil Tay. And I'm not talking about her parents. I'm talking about the people who like to do things by a numerical code. So I'll leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, everybody. And R.I.P. to Lil Tay if she did pass away. And XXXTentacion and all the other scumbags of the world. You have a good night. Thank you for watching. Peace.